You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, let's talk about the March NBA of China. We've done many videos on this channel on Enes Kanter, now known as Enes Kanter Freedom, a new American citizen. Now, he has been talking about China in a negative way for about a month now, probably a little bit over a month, and the NBA is not supporting him. They're not supporting him whatsoever. Now, when it comes to the First Amendment, you know, your freedom of speech, no doubt about it, folks, it is under attack. I'm pretty sure by now you guys have absolutely noticed that it is under attack. No doubt about it. I mean, when it comes to, videos per se, and if you're a YouTube creator, you've seen how videos get demonetized. There's certain things on YouTube we can't talk about. That's why we created blackandwhitenetwork.com. Go over there, get a membership, check it out. But Enes Kanter has come out now and he has sung the praises of the First Amendment, folks. And it's pretty sad, that it takes a person that wasn't even born in this country to really appreciate the First Amendment. And Enes Kanter, the NBA has been coming after him. They don't want him out there talking about China in a negative way. They want to suppress his free speech. However, they were unsuccessful in doing that. And hats off to him for that. But we're going to be talking about Enes Kanter and what he actually had to say about the First Amendment in this video, guys. But first, go over and get your merch. Christmas is less than 2 weeks away. And guess what, guys? We're going to bring back an old but great discount code. Save 25% off. Use the discount code USA First. I'm in a festive mood, I should say. I absolutely love Christmas. And with that being said, Merry Christmas, folks. Save 25% off. Media's the real virus. Defund the athletes. Socialism media. And more. LaChina James. Use the discount code USA First. So here we go, guys. Enes Kanter Freedom. The First Amendment is the greatest amendment. Because, guys, when Enes Kanter came over here, he said that an NBA player was criticizing, I believe it was Barack Obama. I believe it may have been George W. Bush. I'm not really sure. 2009, depending on, which month it was. And he told this player, what are you doing, man? They're going to throw you in prison for criticizing the president. And this player told him, nah, man, that ain't the way it works. We have freedom of speech over here. And he was shocked. Now, Enes Kanter, he absolutely loves the First Amendment. It says here, Enes Kanter Freedom is all right with becoming the face of defiance if it entails standing up for injustices. American athletes in the past have gained celebrity status for political activism, but have also remained quiet regarding freedom's opposition to China and the infringements of human rights. That is why I do not trust any NBA player when it comes to any social justice issue, because they all remain silent on the country with the biggest human rights violations, and that is China. China's running concentration camps. They're threatening to invade Taiwan. Enes Kanter Freedom has already talked about Tibet, Hong Kong. No NBA player supports his stance. It's absolutely sickening, folks. It goes on. It says the Boston Celtics Center understands what's at stake with promoting politics on its platform. Still, the newly named citizen of the United States is valuing and preserving his rights as an American to embrace this outlook. Enes Kanter Freedom says this, quote, there are 27 amendments and the First Amendment is the greatest amendment of all time. Freedom of speech. Enes Kanter joining the Fox and Friends crew to highlight his ongoing battles against dictatorial regimes. Critics and the NBA. Following a recent story where members from around the association asked Freedom to take off a pair of shoes with a customized anti-China print, the 29-year-old Turkish-American player said he hasn't budged on those requests. Quote, I pretty much told them, listen, whatever happens, I'm not taking these shoes off. Go tell your boss. And who is their boss? That'll probably be Adam Silver or the NBA owners. Freedom added, I am putting something on my shoes that will tell people what's going on around the world. Enes also mentioned the increasing number of NBA players that have lauded his public stance and even asked him to highlight other overlooked injustices. Quote, many of the players around the league are reaching out and saying, thank you finally, Freedom announced, while also noting the cautionary concerns they're sending him. Quote, many of the athletes around the league are reaching out and sending me talking points, admitted Kanter, highlighting ongoing injustices, including the authoritarian overreach of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, a socialist. But here's the thing, guys, and you guys even mentioned this in my last video. These players are giving him talking points, but why aren't they speaking up? Is it because they want to speak up on all of these other countries, like Venezuela, for example, North Korea? But however, if they don't talk about China, then they're going to be seen as hypocrites. And I believe, that's probably a big reason why. Because these athletes are also telling him, and we talked about this in another video, they want him to call out the hypocrisies of LeBron James, Michael Jordan, as well as Nike. But these players still will not speak out on China. Enes is the only one doing this. And I'm wondering, if Enes has talked to them and said, hey, why don't you speak up as well? Why do you want me to call out the hypocrisies of LeBron James and others? But, I can't be a lone wolf in this. You guys have got to speak up as well. I'm hoping that he's talking to his teammates about that. I really do. It goes on, even with the dangers of sparking outrage among sponsors or failing to find a contract in the coming year over his political stances, Enes understands that his cause is authentic and a potential light of hope for citizens around the globe without the same freedoms. Now, guys, I'm wondering what's going to happen here. Let's say when Enes's contract is up, folks, I'm wondering, will he get signed by an NBA team? I mean, I'm wondering if he will be out there on the streets because of his stance on China. Do you guys think an NBA team will pick him up after he's really, really come out and criticize China? And if he doesn't get a job and he can still play, are NBA players going to back him up? The way that they have actually backed up Colin Kaepernick? Something's telling me they're not going to vouch for him. I have that feeling right there. And the media is going to say nothing about it. They're not. And we know that they're not. It's pretty sad, guys. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Enes Kanter Freedom coming out and speaking the praises of the First Amendment, even though the NBA tried to silence him on China? This is pretty pathetic, that the Marxist NBA China actually did this. I mean, he's calling out the atrocities. The NBA is supposed to be a woke social justice league. But if you have a difference in opinion from the NBA, they don't care about their freedom of speech. You have to stick with the talking points of them and them only. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, Enes Kanter Freedom singing the praises of the First Amendment. Well, many of us Americans, we just take it for granted. We really, really do. But foreign players, and Enes Kanter, he's a foreign player. He's an American citizen, but he wasn't born here. He has more respect for the First Amendment than the NBA. Wow. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.